So there's 2 people waiting. If anybody's in here right now, give me 1 second. I want to link this to Facebook and whatnot. Maybe I'm just talking to myself, but it says there's 2 people there. 5. Where's the link? Oops. What am I doing? Oops. No. Shit. Okay. Link. What am I doing? Facebook. Facebook. I'm gonna put it on here. It says 4 watching. Okay. Sorry guys, new people watching. I'm just linking this on my channels. Should have this stuff open, but this was kind of last minute. One. Okay, what am I doing? Share this blog post. Yeah, do that. Just screenshot that on Instagram. Maybe I just go live on Instagram as well. Okay, so that's posted there. Sorry guys, 1 more minute. Shit. Don't like this vertical. What happened? The camera going to focus? Okay, posting it in the group. I just need to post it to Instagram or either go live on Instagram. Shit, TikTok. Wait, no, I can't go live on TikTok. Never mind. I need 1,000 followers there. What am I doing? Okay, sorry guys, 1 more minute. Let me maybe screen capture this. New time at links. Okay, what am I doing? Post. Shit. Oh my god, sorry guys. Don't have the link on here. Yeah, you guys can start chat now anyways if you want it, as I just finish up this last thing, getting it started. So what am I doing? When's that talk with Nyle coming? So I talked with Nyle, and so I could do a podcast with him now, but he said obviously like the in-person people, an in-person podcast that's better. Obviously people like that more. So I need to figure out when to set that up, because I'd rather do that, but I just did the podcast with Dave Palumbo, and that's going to be out at the end of the week actually now. Okay, how am I doing this within? So where's my other tripod? Okay, no, never mind. Sorry guys, I need to get the link on my phone now. Almost done. Share. Copy link. 9 people watching. Okay. Paste. Done. Okay. So we're all done. Let me pull this up on the screen so I can see it on here as well. Then looking into your hair loss protocol, if you could just choose a few of the products, which ones would you recommend to use to get started? Do you recommend adding in a derma stamp or a roller? Okay, so I posted this on some of my hair loss post recently, and most of my clients or just my followers who've done the protocol have stuck to the main staples. Most of them have used the same items, and they're the main ones I suggest when we're doing something very simple. Hey, Nick PS and Radio Killer. So yeah, and those main items that I always suggest everybody to use if you want to do something simple is peppermint oil, emi oil, and pumpkin seed oil and or primrose. The pumpkin seed oil over the primrose most times. Those are the three main items, okay? Those are the three main items. And then, yes, always microneedling. What I found is when anybody adds microneedling, and even people who are on finasteride, minoxidil, all that crap, who see poor results, they go ahead and they add microneedling, and bam, they get the best results ever. So I found that really speeds stuff up. And so for microneedling, get the pen. And if you can't afford the pen or get the pen, whatever, you know, the mechanical electric one, go ahead and go with a stamp, because that way it doesn't tear you. And then I like 2.5, the deeper the better. So yeah, that is the main kind of basis you want to do. And then you also have to do the diet. Remember, go to my Facebook group, on my website, on my forums, and follow the camel diet. You need all those nutrients for adequate circulation, because as you know, male pattern baldness, it's a pattern balding. Why do you only get it on the top of the scalp? Is because they have poor circulation. Proven. Balding men have poor circulation at the scalp. That poor circulation leads to increased DHT and lowers estrogen, and it's only in the tension areas. They took a skull and they put oh my god, like a sheath over it, and found that there's tension was only in the male pattern balding fashion. That's what creates a tension, circulation, hair loss. So you have to increase your circulation, get your circulation better to actually fix the root cause. So make sure you're focusing on posture, exercising, you know, movement to increase blood flow, and a proper diet and proper nutrients. You have to do that with the protocol. You have to eat well. Again, that's on my forum, tren.com, and on my Facebook page. Matt Muscle, hope all as well. Stay strong. Thank you. I appreciate all the love always, guys. Declan shows the camel. Yeah, I really appreciate that, guys. Have you seen hair transplants be an effective treatment with your protocol? Absolutely. But the thing is, most people think hair transplants fix everything fully, and you know, it's just a done deal. Oh, hey, my hair losses, you know, you won't lose the hairs after the hair transplant. That's completely false. It'll just take that normal cycle of you losing hair again to, you know, it'll take a longer time to damage those brand new hairs. But yes, if you fix the root cause, you won't lose hairs anymore from a transplant or normally. So you have to, again, like I just said, utilize proper circulation, posture, exercise, and nutrients for proper flowing, pumping blood to prevent hypoxia in the scalp, to prevent that pattern baldness, circulation balding, tension balding, whatever you want to call it. Can you make the hair loss protocol work while using other steroids like Tren? Yes, so most people who, you know, I work with or help or followers, they just go to the hair safe steroids, okay? That's normally what they do. But some people stay on the harsh androgens, and most of the time I always see it work, basically. So yes. But I don't want to say, you know, oh, absolutely, well, every time. How do you train while cutting? So cutting, this is what I tell people, okay? A lot of people say train the same while bulking as cutting, which you can, absolutely. But here's another way to semi-look at it, but I don't like training too intense anyways. I tell people, when you're cutting, why would you want to break down as much muscle as possible? You're in a deficit. Your body's trying to repair the damage you already did, and you're eating barely anything. So you're just damaging muscle so will atrophy. You want to go way less intense, and exercise is just doing the one main thing, preserving muscle. You just need to stimulate the muscle so it increases protein synthesis. Now you keep the muscle. Why do you people who want to train intense while doing mega volume, you're just breaking down excess tissue that you can't even repair, and you're going to shrink. So 2 ways you can train when you're cutting. You either train intense and low volume, or you can go less intensity and high volume so you get more fat burning because you're moving more. But do not focus on breaking down muscle. Just don't. Radio Killer, it's Jeremy. John Curtis will bring back the content. Yeah, I'm definitely working on it. Gonna watch this whole thing later. Appreciate it. I've been I've been doing Deca only for years now. Bloods are great and never felt better. Thank you. Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank yous. After we do the protocol and have luscious locks, is there a maintenance or are we sticking to the protocol as long as we want? So this is what I tell people. So the topicals is to push regrowth. Could you do them forever just to like kind of have that extra like, hey, I'm keeping my hair really healthy? Yeah, go ahead. I do suggest that. And you'd only, do it once a week, twice a week, whatever, before a shower. Now, mainly just say the oils, right? Like get those oils in there to get your hair feeling and looking healthy, but you shouldn't need to if your diet's properly anyway. So no, you don't need to do it, but if you want to do it once a week, go ahead. The main thing is getting your body internally fixed so you don't further continue to have hair loss or hair loss come about again. And what I mean by that is, again, like I explained with all the circulation stuff, if you're eating properly and supplying all nutrients for proper hair growth and preventing hair loss, exercise and proper posture, your circulation is going to be fine at the scalp and you're not going to have those skewed hormones locally or inflammation, and you're going to be able to keep your hair. I tried your approach 6 weeks on, now 3 weeks off from NPP. It was great. Next, I would do Deca only, taurine and L-carnitine in the off phase. Anything else? No. Carnitine does not enhance your receptors to come back. People get this very confused. I don't know why. I think I need to do a video to make sure they know the reason for carnitine. Carnitine isn't to bring the receptors back. The only way you do that is coming off the drugs. Carnitine is to enhance your receptors while you're on to give you that much better gains. Because that study showed, didn't matter if your testosterone was up here or down here, those with the highest androgen sensitivity had the most gains regardless of where their testosterone levels were. And that's why AAs only work during 6 weeks, because androgen receptors are up here and then they go down here back to baseline, and then those high testosterone levels you're injecting don't work anymore. So we use the carnitine to enhance the gains even further while you're on, and it makes a big difference. I tried. What do you think about SARMs? Are they hair safe and an alternative to Deca because Deca is so suppressive? So I should post this video right now while it's like a good time to post it. So I'm trying to listen to me here, guys. Go on my Instagram, YouTube, all that. When I post this video, I'm posting a short. Spam to all the biggest podcasters because I want to release this and get like the limelight for it. Because whenever I release big info, all the other bigger guys, coaches everywhere takes that info as they discovered it and just post it and get all the limelight for it. So I'm waiting to release this content and get on a few different big podcasts. So post it to every YouTuber, this comment and or the short I'm about to post. There is a SARM that is a steroid. Nobody knows about this one. It's a SARM. It's a steroid. It's one of the strongest steroids ever made. Amazing fullness, hardness, amazing gains. Zero hair loss, even in the studies, zero hair loss, it says it, okay? And I've tested on people, zero hair loss. It provides zero shutdown. They gave high doses to people, low doses, medium, high doses, and they did for upwards of a year, zero shutdown. LH, FSH, all that stuff were unchanged, 100%. 100% unchanged, okay? Literally fully. Really strong steroid, hair safe, zero shutdown, and one of the safest ones ever made too. They compared it to multiple other really safe steroids, one of the safest. This is a breakthrough. Every single, young guy out there doesn't want to get shut down, is scared of side effects. No gyno either, okay? Nothing. Literally one of the safest steroids for all aspects, and it's 100% a SARM and 100% a steroid with amazing gains, and nobody knows about this. So I'm going to try and post this video maybe now while I'm on the live, and I want you guys to spam this everywhere. Like, this is mind-blowing that, this, and I've tested it on people now. I'm surprised more people don't know about this. And also to add to it, I'm releasing this video at the same time with it. Again, these are teaser videos. There's a way to make TRT 100% hair safe. You don't have to add topicals. You don't have to take finasteride. You don't have to take anything internally, change anything. The only thing you're going to do is change the ways you use TRT or test blast, and the testosterone is 100% hair safe. This is proven in studies too, and I've trialed it on people, 100% hair safe. So TRT and test is now fully hair safe. And sorry, I'm trying to keep up here. But yeah, and you said what F on the SARM thing. LH, FSH, unchanged, 100%. Everything about fertility, unchanged. Estrogen, unchanged. Every single thing was unchanged. And they literally, no, it's not, somebody said S4. This is a steroid. It's not a SARM. It is SARM gives shit gains. All those SARMs are shit. This is a steroid that people know about and have used and had no idea it does this. It is literally an insanely strong steroid, an insanely strong steroid with some of the best gains ever. I'm not even joking. As soon as I release this video, everybody be like, yeah, that steroid is strong. That is an amazing steroid. That is fully safe and zero shutdown. I don't want to say the name because, again, when I was talking about it, every time I post this, because I have so many coaches and other people following me, every time I post something big, everyone else takes it and they post it everywhere and they get all this famous limelight for stuff. That's what happens every time. I just did a podcast with Dave Palumbo and I released some information on some stuff, by the way, guys, and it's coming out at the end of the week. So watch out for that. So, but for the this SARM, guys, I'm going to post, like I said, I'm going to post it short, post it everywhere. I'm sure as soon as people see and hear and they see all you guys saying, oh, have this guy on, we'll literally the first few people approach me, I'm going to go on their podcast. So yeah, guys, post this everywhere. Okay. Like the sooner we post it and the sooner all the big players see it, bam, literally no shutdown anymore. Even me in the future, I'm not going to take any other steroid again. Why the hell would I shut myself down and go through recovery? Like everybody, like this changes the game. The sad part is when I release it, every source is probably going to go out of stock of this item too. Like, yeah, there's no shutdown anymore, guys. Like, why the hell would you shut yourself down? And especially it's a hair safe one. Like, there's no reason to use it. I've tested it on multiple different, I handpicked a few clients that I trusted to test it on. So yeah, and again, and they're all, sorry, not all of them, most of them were hair loss sufferers. Zero hair loss. Blood. Do you want to know what's funny? Is health markers improve. So either health markers stay the same who are already healthy, and then health markers improved on some of the people. Can you say, so I'm saying this word in my head first. Can you say, I'm not sure if this is a trick to say a bad word or not. So please release the video, bro. Can you say, I'm not sure if that's like a, racist word or something like that. Somebody asked me to say that word. So I missed a whole bunch of comments here. Which compound? Okay, guys. So I'm releasing the teaser video today. So you guys got to post this everywhere. I'm gonna try and release it right now. I don't want to ignore you guys. Sorry, I don't want to ignore you guys right here. In Chase. So don't tell anybody this, but we're actually going to be doing this with you. You just don't know it. Okay, don't tell anybody. I'm going to be doing this with you soon. Okay. Singing gal, he's not Australian. And I have no idea. Something is behind you. Yeah. But by the way, my camera's front facing, so I can see myself. No, because if I give the name in the teaser, then everybody's going to know about it and just take it and be like, hey guys, everybody who has 1 million followers, they'd be like, hey guys, here's the first steroid safe SARM, and they're going to get all the limelight. So I'm going to put out the teaser and you guys post it everywhere. So, okay, hold on. How did I just, okay. Have you gotten anyone back to a full hairline from having lost it years ago? Yes, I have. There's more testimonials and stuff when we be posting on my page, by the way, guys, the hair loss stuff. I've been just uploading relives. So I want to try and do this video now. Well, I have the video done. So vaping affects circulation. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to upload this video. And then I just need to make a quick title for it if you guys don't mind waiting here. How many views do I have? 30. Nice. It's hair safe. So let me make sure this is the right video. Again, sorry guys. Different types of Deca. What are you referring to with that? Chase, don't answer that. I forgot I have 2 clients named Chase. Keep the guys, no more posting. Yeah, no more. Both of you guys keep quiet. What about the topic? Can you name? I need to read this on here. Sorry guys, hold on. Creatine on psycho and taurine off psycho. Which antigen has the least amount of impact on prostate? Shit, sorry guys. Okay, hold on. Just bear with me a minute here, guys, as I ignore you for a second. What am I hair loss? No, that's the wrong video. Discard. This is the right video. Okay, is this it? So I'm having to send my watch to make sure it's right. I'm releasing. Okay, this is the right Sarah, so I need to just do a quick title here. I'm going to post this. Guys, post this everywhere, or wait till the end of the stream. I might not be on too long. Is there different types of Deca? You mean like Easters? If so, yes. You know, like nitrophenol, propylate, nitrilone, laurate, and so on, nitrilone base. Do you think Sam Sulek using Deca? You know, who knows? But, you know, a lot of people, Deca is one of the most widely used steroids. A lot of people, you know, the bread and butters is like test Deca Dbol for bulking always. Well, now it's kind of like Tren is in the mix too. Thoughts on creatine affecting creatine levels with it has a higher dosages like 12 grams. Title, shit. Crap, this is a bad time. This guy, I feel like I'm ignoring you guys. I should have released this video beforehand. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, it should only take me like 2 minutes less. I don't know. Duplicate that. Crap. Such an idiot for doing this right now. Duplicate note. Tren is best for hair gains. Someone said, not me. What do you think about Ray Peat? I think that question, you're obviously one of my followers. I think you're asking it as a joke, obviously. Absolutely think, for anybody who doesn't know, I think Ray Peat is an absolute idiot, suggesting processed sugar doesn't have any health effects as it depletes tons of nutrients. And he says, oh, you need processed sugar because it helps boost, I don't know, thyroid or this, avoid PFA gains. Suggests a diet that of all these processed items that completely deplete you full of nutrients. And then it's funny, you go on those Ray Peat forums, you see like all these people reporting, oh crap, all of a sudden I have diabetes, I have fatty liver, my teeth are falling out, and this and that, and it's just like, yeah, the most stupidest diet slash person-ish, whatever, ever. Does creatine still cause hair loss in Deca? So absolutely, and you know, it's proven it raises DHT in studies, if you guys remember me saying this or hearing about it, and I've took it in and out many times, on cycle, off cycle, every time I added it, immense hair loss. It is so bad for hair loss. Crap, I gotta answer all those other ones I missed. Can you stack it with Deca, and how should it be stacked? I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're talking about the hair safe item? If so, yes. Dbol plus Tren heard it a couple of times. Yeah, you know, a lot of people in my group, lots of people have done it. I just don't like Tren in general. I think it's very harsh, and I think it's very overrated. Much better items than Tren out there. Is it possible to lose body fat and put on muscle at the same time without gear and without being in a huge surplus? Yes, been done many times, but it's short-lived. It's like somebody who you're coming off a cut or this or that, and you have this very short-lived increase of muscle gain slash fat loss. And then long-term, you can semi-do it, but it's the slowest thing ever. It's those guys who you see, you're maybe lucky to put on half a pound every year or something stupid like that. Because if you could continue to do it, everybody would just be Ronnie Coleman size or the biggest natural person size, you know, eventually over 10 years. But most people just look small and crappy trying to do it that way. Is there an article on the camel diet? So yes, on my forum and in my Facebook group, there is a big, like, everything I suggest and why I do this, suggest this or suggest that. Why don't more people seem to use them trying? Because people think it's really, really toxic and you can't use it all, which is when you use it at a normal dosage, it's not. Crap, gotta finish this. Okay, title. An actual steroid that causes an actual, how about this, an actual super strong steroid that causes zero shutdown or side effects. I mean, it still causes typical steroid side effects internally, but but I like, you know what I mean, semi-clickbait title. Okay, what do I write here? Gotta stop being distracted. I get 2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes. Okay. Many people, many don't know there is an actual steroid that is very strong, that is one of the strongest, that is also actually a SARM, but not a SARM. Not a SARM. It causes absolutely zero shutdown at all. It causes absolutely zero shutdown at all, and is also one of the safest steroids side effect wise as well, including zero hair loss, even stated in the studies. Again, anybody new joining, I'm just writing something quickly for this video to be released. Sorry guys, just bear with me one more minute. Hair loss, including zero hair loss, even stated in the studies. Post this video or topic to any and all big YouTubers, podcasters, etc. guys, to get this teaser video out there, as I want to release it on a few big podcasts, as this is game changing for anyone who is afraid to start steroids, and who, for anyone who's afraid to start steroids and is afraid of shutdown and the typical side effects. Again, this causes zero shutdown and isn't this causes zero and isn't a SARM, and is one of the and is a very strong steroid for gains, fullness, hardness, and more. Let's do that. Wait, I need the link from the video. Did I? Okay, sorry guys. Oh shit, what am I doing? No wait, there's no full video. Okay, almost done. Okay, and more. Got the links, got this, got that. Okay, good enough. Select all, copy. Again guys, what do I have bots in here? Saying creatine is okay. So guys, so I'm uploading this video, guys. Again, one more minute actually. Where is the shutdown? I'm uploading it right now. Oh my god. So guys, what am I doing? That wasn't the video, this is the video. I would say hair loss game is bigger than ever because a lot of people are on creatine and general stress levels and higher than ever. Yeah, and everybody all over there talks about, oh my god, creatine is hair safe. You know what I mean? Oh, how could creatine cause hair loss? But there's proven that, you know, that it does raise DHT, as we've seen in studies now. And, you know, and some of my guys that are hair loss sufferers added in, bam, hair loss, and myself included. If I want to have a son, not a daughter, do you have any advice for me? There's possibly something to do with aromatase enzyme involved in a male or female. That is most best. I've had multiple people now, I suggest them taking AI, and it seems that they had a son afterwards, but it could just be luck. I've only 2 people. Okay. Nope. Oops. Almost done here, guys. Stupid typos didn't spell the words correctly. Come on. Jen, come to Los Angeles. Come on, Andrew Zoo Culture. Isn't that Bradley Martin's gym? You're wrong about that. Okay, so I'm posting the video on TikTok now, and then I'm gonna post it on YouTube and everything else. I don't know if you guys are gonna end up leaving. Okay, so I'm posting this to YouTube now. I don't know if I should answer the other questions first. Sorry guys for ignoring you, because a lot of you ask questions up top here. Doing this at the same time. Train while cutting, I did that. It's Jeremy. Bring back the content. Gonna watch this whole thing later. Been Deca only a few years after you did pork. Nope. I tried pork 6 weeks. Nope. What do you think about SARMs? Are there different types of Deca? What's Deca? Creatine up. I like it. Let me see if they give me them out. What am I doing? Create a short or upload a video. I think I uploaded upload a video. Okay, 100% hair safe. This is my TikTok one. Yep. So happy you're getting on the podcast. Your shit needs to be heard. Thank you. I appreciate that, Nick PS. So guys, again, everybody watching this, I'm just uploading a video quickly. Shit, what did I do? Put it into a short. Sorry, guys. Almost done. Should not be ignoring you guys. Oh my God, stop. Jesus, guys, I feel like such an asshole right now. Okay, it's better if I edit that and the other thing. Okay, so I'll be getting more contest or shit. I think I just read that. Which androgens have the least amount of impact on the prostate? There's no, the studies for that in the rat studies don't overly like 100% fully translate into human studies. And I mentioned this some on Dave's podcast that I'm about to be, that is going to be released at the end of the week here, guys. But we already semi-know like the main thing with prostate is androgens and estrogens together, because when they give men DHTs, it improves, and you know they cut off their estrogen, basically it improves prostate cancer and growth. And then same with when they cut off the DHT and they just have estrogen floating around. So it's a mixture of androgens and estrogens. So when you do Deca-based cycles, you're basically on the safe route anyways and keeping the estrogen in check. I currently shave my head and have got SMP treatment. Will constantly shaving your head mess up regrowth? Absolutely not. No, it's nothing to, no. Okay, uploading the video. Next, this. Okay, what about people who are bald? Laugh aloud. Would this still work, or have you had anyone? No, I think I can't remember if I uploaded some of the testimonials recently of somebody who's very slick bald, or I have some. Again, I'm going to be posting those up. Some more hair loss testimonies, but no, it doesn't matter. There's a study where a man who was bald since he was in his since his 20s, and he regrew his hair in his 60s because he was taking spironolactone. So hair follicles never die, guys. So it's not an issue. Currently shaving my head. What about people? Okay. Do you recommend high carb, low fat, or high fat, low carb for dieting down? I do well off high protein and get plenty of fiber in me from fruits and oatmeal, but I feel like fats are too low. So I recommend always a balanced diet. When it's proven you go too low in fats, that is proven to be determinal to keeping muscle and fat loss. And when they up fats just that little bit, people did better. But high carb dieting is proven in every single study basically ever done. When you originally start a diet and you go high fat, people lose water weight and they lose more scale weight. But at the end, when they add carbs back in and they get the adequate glycogen and water back in them, every single time the high carb diet actually saw more fat loss. So carbs are always higher, but you never go super low on fats. When you gonna rip another cycle? So I actually just started 2 days ago, actually, funny enough. So yeah, I actually just started 2 days ago. I shrunk a lot again from the last one. I shrunk a lot. Yeah, so I shrunk a lot, and I should have kept it. I got sick, and it was sick, whatever. It was going to be fine after it, but then I got a bad sinusitis after it, like really bad, and went on antibiotics, and I just totally like gave up. But yeah, so I actually did just start again, and I'm gonna stick to, and yeah. Okay, sorry guys, almost caught up here. Where are we? Okay, where are we? Damn, live stream, thank you. Can you name a car for an edit? I have no idea what that means. Hi Taeian, how are you doing? Don't read my name. Hey, I remember you because I remember your name is unique. So did it get right? Carnitine on cycle and taurine off. Correct. Which androgens had the? No, I already answered that. Crap, questions are still coming. Is there different? Already answered it. Sam Sulek. Okay. Sam Sulek. Thoughts on creatine? Already answered that. What do you think about Ray Peat? No, Steve's a man. Thank you. Dbol plus. Okay. Okay. Where are we going? Why don't more people? Okay. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Maybe I'll skip over some of them because. Should you keep fat loss to 1 to 2 pounds loss a week, or can you push it to 30 pounds without losing muscle? So, the big reason pros today are much bigger than they were, 70s, 80s, whatever, is because of they dieted slower. Like Dorian Yates, he was basically just as big. You see his off-season pictures in 91 and 92 or 92, 93. And then, like he said, he realized he didn't get any leaner, but he kept dieting and he just lost a bunch of size. One of the biggest things, and you see people all the time, they'll get decently big and then they lose all their size, and they're like, why did you even bulk? You see this all the time in amateurs. The biggest reason is because they want to get more and more and more and more shredded, and they literally don't even lose any more body fat. Dieting slow is the best way to keep every single ounce of muscle. And if you have a lot of fat, sure, get rid of that fat quicker. But the second you're even slightly average lean, go really, really slow. Otherwise, you're just going to piss away muscle for no reason. What is the point of that? All right, guys, uploading this video to YouTube right now. Paste. Good. Okay, what else? Copy. Back. Where's title? Title. Bam. What am I doing? On. Is this a short? Oh my god. Sorry guys, it's not the short. Okay. Where am I? Did you investigate about Ment only cycles? I heard is like Dbol since it produces the same type of estrogen and thing. Yes, and I've tried it. Amazing fullness and amazing gains. Really, really amazing. But I warn every single person about this because basically every single person I know that's used real Ment. Here's the other thing. Most people don't have real Ment, by the way, guys. And the reason I know this is because they go and get their estrogen and stuff like that tested, and their estrogen is through the roof. A study literally on men showed that they had estrogen deficiency on Ment, okay? It doesn't create a lot of estrogen. It creates a strong estrogen. So when people say they get estrogen sides, they don't have Ment, they're using test. And I had people go get their blood tested and their estrogen and testosterone are through the roof. It wasn't Ment. So anybody getting sides on Ment, it's not Ment. Now here's the tricky thing that, like I said, everybody, including myself, that ended up using it, that I know basically everybody, amazing libido and function while you're on it. And the second you come off it, upwards of a year long of soft erections and just the most horrible type issues basically down there. I tried everything, and I've helped people with it. I kind of figured out semi the way that possibly helps fix it. But yeah, I went on every single different steroid after PCT, this, that, this, and that, and it was brutal. So I don't even suggest it to anyone anymore, because like, imagine suggesting that to somebody and they fuck themselves over like that, and it's like, oh, thanks. Like, this was a really fun side effect to deal with. Yeah, awesome. I just loaded up that to YouTube Shorts, guys. Uploading this to Instagram now. The video, the teaser for you guys to go post everywhere. 46 viewers. Okay, so people are still here. Where am I? Crap, what happened? Wait, you freaks, he needs 2 minutes. I'm Maria, nice to meet you. I'm from Australia. Can oral cycles be done 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and actually cause good gains in strength and size without a hard shutdown once stopping them? No, they're going to shut you down, but like you said, is it going to cause a hard shutdown? Semi-individual. That's really hard to answer. It's very, very individual. I've had people that, people be like, oh, I can't recover. I tried PCT, I didn't recover. It's like, no, I've had people that needed a year upwards to recover. It's kind of very, very individual. But can they cause really good gains? Absolutely. Most of the gains are like that first 2 to 3 weeks. And that is proven in studies too, actually. Where's that video? Okay. Okay, what supplements would you recommend when on Deca only? Bloodwork before and after what to check? So bloodwork is tricky. This is what I suggest to people. If you have known liver and kidney issues, absolutely, or in general health issues, get your blood done, okay? Deca and the typical steroids don't affect you that much in those areas. So people think, oh, I got to get it done before and after every cycle, this, that. It's like, no, if your liver and kidneys are fine, you're going to be fine the next cycle, unless you're unhealthy, okay? And then people go, oh, I want to get my hormones checked. It's like, why? If you have low T, are you going to start the cycle anyways? Probably. If you're high T, are you going to do the cycle anyways? Probably. So blood work is more so if you want to get it very, very religiously done very often. It's like, it's if you have prior health issues. Otherwise, it's your liver and kidneys aren't going to fail on Deca, and they're not going to fail after one cycle or the next cycle, or so on. The main thing you want to ensure you get, most steroids don't affect liver and kidneys much anyways. Like, people run it for years in mega doses and this and that, and it's fully fine. The main issue that you want to keep an eye on, and you don't even want it often because you don't want to CT scan the radiation, is the CT heart scan. That is what causes heart disease, is increased calcium uptake from steroids. Stiffens the arteries, causes breakage, etc. So the CT heart scan is something you want to get, but not too often, with radiation from a CT scan. Just remember, I'm here for you, buddy. I love you just like God. I love you to keep it up, buddy. You got it, I'm here. Do not know who that is, but I appreciate that. But maybe I do know who it is, but I have no idea what your name is, so I wouldn't know who you are. So I appreciate it, but I do not know who you are. I'm sure you'll post that who you are. Is this new steroid legal? No, because it's an actual steroid. Taylor, it's funny. I think I know. I know your name. I think you're the person who I think you are. Which this would absolutely really benefit you, because I believe you're the person that came off and you didn't want to use again, right? Let's put here. Come on. Come on, hurry up. Sorry, guys. I'm almost done this. It's posted up on YouTube Shorts, by the way. Shutdown 100% 0. Okay, awesome. Clipboard. Where am I? Oops. Share. Okay. It's a bot, should be blocked. Okay. Where am I? I would say the hair loss game is bigger than. Wait, I already read that one. Okay, so I'm catching up. If you want, no, where you read it. Can you make gains in PCT post hard cut? Make gain? Yes and no. If you're like, 250 pounds muscle lean and trying to grow naturally after you just came off a steroid cycle, unlikely. But sometimes during the cruise / PCT, if guys want an all up bulk, I sometimes have them to continue bulking. Yes. So yeah, that answered that. Wait, what have all these comments? Okay, never mind. It's my live. Very sorry for ignoring you guys here as I'm doing this. How do you feel about microdosing? Microdosing what, like TRT or anabolic cycle or whatever? I mean, so to answer this, because people think they're pinning more frequently along these or this, that they're going to get more gains. Like, no, microdosing, you're basically just doing a low dose cycle. And if you're doing it and if you're not on TRT and shutting yourself down to do low dose cycle, I think it's silly. Why would you shut yourself down for a low dose cycle? If you're going to shut yourself down, get adequate gains. Are you located in Dubai? How available is steroids there? No, I'm not. And I don't know about the legality of it there. Have you investigated Anadrol only cycles? I found articles of people who've done it that way. So, I mean, you can do anything solo or only. I kind of hate that I kind of invented that term that comes from Deca only, Deca solo. And now everybody uses, oh, have you heard about this only, this solo, this only? It's like, no, you can do whatever you want. The reason I suggest specific steroids is because they produce our secondary downstream factors like Dbol and Deca will make estrogen and so on. They can replace, the functions, not what am I thinking? They can replace adequate TRT, whatever HRT like functions. So if you're going to do Anadrol only, you're going to blunt your estrogen, and it's proven that with adequate estrogen, you do make better. The gains are better, and same with for your health. By the way, guys, so you can do it. Tons of people have done it. Even pros have done it. They've done Winstrol only and this and that. But for long term and for muscle growth, I don't suggest that you do things like Anadrol Solo. Okay, posting a video to Facebook here, guys. What's the new steroid that has 0 sides, steroid that you made on your reel? Well, if like in the reel says, I want you guys to post this on every podcaster. Go to every podcaster, every YouTuber, whatever, post this everywhere. Be like, have this guy on. Because like in the video I said, I want to get on some big podcasts to release it. Because every time I release something big, everybody else who has like 1 million subs, 500K subs, whatever, they released what I said. And when they release what I said, then they get all the limelight for it. And I just stay in the dark, basically, right? And like, I'm trying to finally grow my YouTube channel for once. I'm posting again. So it's like, hey, I want to get the limelight and credit for figuring this stuff out, because like I researched like literally till this day for like 20 years now. I've researched like endless hours a day, 10 hours a day, and I'm always reading, learning new stuff. And it's me spending those 10 hours finding all these deep, hard to find studies and cross-referencing stuff and this and that. And I'm spending all these endless hours. So it's like, hey, I'd like the credit for once of being the person that found this study that nobody else has in the past, like 20 plus years. And, it'd be nice to get that acknowledgement, that credit, and get, the subs and stuff and the followers for finding it. But as soon as I'm sure we post this everywhere, multiple people are going to be like, yeah, well, I need this guy on. Thanks, man. I'm going to start a new Deca Dbol cycle soon. Love the last 3. Took some time off. Awesome. Yeah, no sides, right? Just great. Do you have a protocol? I'll answer that in a second. Do you have a protocol for insomnia? So, yes and no. So this is a bad way to look at it, in the sense where, hey, can I just take this item and fix my insomnia? Hold on, let me reply to this. Sorry guys, 1 second. We'll release it on a podcast. Post this everywhere. Okay. Yeah, so about a fix for insomnia. So it's a bad way to look at it in the sense of, okay, can I take this pill and fix it? No. If you have insomnia, it is almost always what you're putting into your body causing it, or something you're doing, or what you're not putting into your body. So example, I'll try and think of the main biggest factors. Insomnia, you always want to reverse engineer. So example, if somebody's having a high sugar intake, I don't care if it's from fruits and natural like items, not carbs like starch, sugar. Every single time when people are eating a lot of fruit, juice, even a modest amount, okay? Like somebody has a couple cups of juice a day, bam, I find it destroys a lot of people's sleep. So yeah, it's what you're doing and what you're not doing. So some of the biggest factors I find is, 1, people intaking a lot of sugar, even from fruit, completely destroys sleep. 2, eating big meals or just meals really, really late at night. I find if you have a big meal or super late, it just destroys your sleep. Your body's wired. You can't fall asleep afterwards. And I don't care what's in it. If you have a big meal, you're not sleeping. The other thing is which is kind of generalized, but you want to put your diet in a chronometer and make sure you're getting every single nutrient needed. There's proven in studies you need adequate, the people with adequate copper sleep better, people with adequate calcium sleep better, people with adequate magnesium sleep better. So you want to make sure you're getting every single nutrient so you can actually fall asleep. So get every nutrient and eat adequate calories. If you don't eat adequate calories, it's proven to destroy sleep too. So if you undereat, bam, bad sleep. If you over-exercise, when I train too intense, too much volume, or too often, bam, I will not sleep. My sleep is destroyed. Then there's certain food intolerances and allergies. If you have a histamine intolerance, bam, you eat tomatoes, pork, fish, anything high in histamine, bam, you have a racing mind, your sleep's destroyed. Dairy allergy is a really big thing. If you have a dairy protein allergy, not lactose, dairy protein allergy, so whey, milk, completely destroy your sleep. I have that. So if I have a glass of milk, my sleep is done for. So yeah, getting all your nutrients in and then not doing all those other factors, not eating too late, not eating too much too late, eating adequate calories early, in avoiding food intolerances, histamine, et cetera, et cetera. So it's never a simple fix. It's always, you have to take a whole look at your diet and be like, hey, this needs to go, or you know, like I said, you have to reverse engineer. What's up with the hair loss free TRT? I'm dying to know. So I'm going to post that video as soon as I get off, and post that video everywhere, guys. As soon as somebody hits me up for a podcast, bam, I'll do the podcast, and bam, we'll release that. Where am I? Assuming nutrition is a huge part in blue light too. So here's the funny thing. You know, people be, oh, get out in the sun, go out right away in the morning, look at the sun, blah, 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 and the sunlight, and don't get sunlight late at night. Out of all the people who've helped for sleep, and including myself when my sleep goes off, I found that to be like almost very little effect to none at all, and like never help anyone almost. I'm not saying it's not important and it's not healthy, it's not how we should regularly regulate ourselves. Absolutely, you should. Absolutely. But I've never found it had a big impact in just like real world data. What was I saying? So it's important. Go ahead and do it. One of the biggest things many people don't know about this, I need to do a video on this. So people talk about how sunlight regulates your circadian rhythm, right? That's the main thing. Absolutely not. It's actually disproven. Do you want to know what regulates your circadian rhythm the most? Again, nobody talks about this or process. It is your eating pattern. And this was proven in studies. When you wake up, cortisol jacks up. And as the day goes on, your cortisol lowers and lowers and lowers, right? And the reason cortisol jacks up is because it's your energy hormone. Jacks up, and it's there to break down protein, carbs, and fats and utilize them into energy. Cortisol is a life-giving hormone. It gives you energy. It makes you wired, awake, and you're ready to go. And it lowers, and you get more tired, able to fall asleep. So what they found out is that, and you should be eating based off your cortisol rhythm, okay? Early in the day, have as much calories as possible because you're going to utilize the most. And as the day goes on, eat less. And they showed this in sleep, but what the biggest factor in your circadian rhythm was how you ate and where you ate. So if you ate a really, really big meal in the morning, bam, you had the best cortisol spike, and you had the best cortisol lowering at night, so you could go to sleep. And they could found the best way that they could change people's circadian rhythm for night shift and so on, and what controlled when you wake up, your sleep-wake cycle, was where you had the biggest meal and tapering your meals. So if you're always eating big meals, most people eat big meals later and small meal breakfast. If you're always doing that, or just big meals all throughout, you're never going to have a proper circadian rhythm. Tip. Where am I? When will you write a book with all the knowledge you gather over time that would be valuable as for the future of humanity? Yeah, many people have mentioned this to me, and it's like I just mentioned earlier on, every single day, and I'm not even over exaggerating because I'm just so curious with knowledge or whatever, every day, dude, it could be 4 hours, it could be 12 hours. I'm not joking. I'm on my phone, study, just non-stop reading studies. And here's the thing about books, as an example. If you're learning from a book might teach you something like, oh, B vitamin 1 thiamine does this and this. Okay, great. Now I just read a nutrition book, one of the most in-depth nutrition books. B1 does this and this. Awesome. I know 2% of now that nutrient and its interactions and its history and this and that. Those are literally useless. And the reason, and what's in those nutrition books is what's been gathered from studies. Study this. Oh, B1 does this. Okay. Now here's the main actions of B1. Let's put it in the book. 3 different actions. Great. Next vitamin, next process and bodily process and so on. Great. However, there is 200 different actions, interactions, and all of like with B1 that were left out of that book, because you can't put that in. If you the book is like the summary, okay? You read a nutritional book on becoming a dietitian or any type of doctor for anything, it is like that 2% of the history of the drug, of the vitamin, of the bodily process, and everything. So where I'm going with this is that like the amount I've read, let's say B1 and thiamine, I've read everything about its history, and like it was discovered, it was the first vitamin discovered, thiamine, vitamin. They thought there was just one. And they realized with the Japanese sailors went away, they got sick because they were eating a lot of white rice. And then they realized that in prisoners and chickens, different coops fed brown rice versus white rice. The white rice ones were losing weight, muscle, neurological symptoms, all this stuff. And same with the prisoners. And they were even dying. And they're like, but they're fed the same calories and the same macros. What's going on? There's something important in the husk, in the brown. Oh, there must be something vital, a vitamin. Oh, here it is, thiamine. That's all there is to it. There's nothing more. And then they realized that's where we had vitamins. And they realized, oh, we have more vitamins. Then they realized the importance of it. They realized that the importance of thiamine, a vitamin, and all of them in general. Thiamine is needed to utilize every single thing you eat in a dose-dependent fashion. Proteins, carbs, and fats. You can eat all the protein, carbs, and fats in the world, 10,000 calories, without the vitamins needed to utilize them in the dose-dependent fashion. You will not get anything out of it. You will lose weight and you will die, like people with beriberi disease, the thiamine deficiency, as I was talking about the Japanese sailors, the chickens, and the prisoners. So vitamins are needed to utilize them. Like I said, so you eat 2,000 calories of carbs, you only eat this much B1, you only utilize this much carbs. So people overeating carbs and not getting the adequate nutrients in the dose-dependent fashion don't utilize those carbs. That's why even full muscle fullness, there's more to it than just eating carbs. You need the nutrients, and people eating a lot of white rice are not utilizing those carbs fully. And that's why people look full of whole foods like brown rice and potatoes. Anyways, going off topic here, if I was to write a book and like in depth, like I could write one book on vitamin B1, and there's all these studies talking about the history and this and that interaction. There's all these other interactions, like it's needed for stomach acid production, it's needed for it's involved in intestinal paralysis and constipation. So like my book, like I said, I'm literally 20 years deep of like 10 hours a day some days, non-stop researching. And so it's like I wouldn't even know where to start with that book. It, like every single process on, like I was saying, B1, B2, calcium, and then let's get into muscle building and the best workout intensity, this and that and this and that. It's like I don't even know where to start, and I feel like it would take me years, like the amount of time I've researched, to even get anywhere near any type of freaking book. But I've thought about it of doing some type of summarized books. Okay, here's the book. There's books and giving out the information and teaching people this stuff. Then there's how do you cure this disease? Like if you guys seen on my testimonials, Taeian.com, I've cured Crohn's disease, colitis, fully cured, no active disease, no antibodies, no this, no that. I've cured so many different diseases that the medical community says can't be cured, but they do not have active disease. They do not have it. There's no antibodies. There's no inflammation. There's no disease. Fully cured by diet. So it's like, what do I do? Do I write a whole book on this disease, on that disease, and this nutrition, and that nutrition? And it's like, I need to write a book, and I should, but it's like, man, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. Brandon says, sorry, guys, Brandon says, don't know, I can't share this live. You should be able to, because I shared it, so I think you should be able to. Jesus, or I went crazy on there. Did Levrone have the perfect ultimate bodybuilding? So I'm not sure if you mentioned that, because I mention him all the time. People, oh, do I take this up? Do I do this? Do I do this? I say, hey, look, go to YouTube, search Kevin Levrone meals. There you go. You want to be a pro, you eat like him. That's oversimplifying him. Could it be a little bit better here and there and different tips and this and that? Yeah, absolutely. But he probably had one of the best bodybuilding diets because he didn't use processed carbs like white rice. He used brown rice. Every meal, brown rice, 6 meals a day. He used fish, higher phosphorus, if you guys see me talk about fish and phosphorus. So they had studies where they fed people, the animals and humans, different studies, where they fed them exact same macros, exact same calories, everything the same. But ones are higher phosphorus, the others not. People with higher phosphorus had better thyroid hormone, better fat loss, better muscle growth. Phosphorus, like B1, needed to utilize carbs. Phosphorus is needed to utilize protein. You eat this much protein, this much phosphorus, you only use this much protein. This much phosphorus with your protein, the amount needed, not equal grams. I'm saying, like, let's say you need 1,000 milligrams for every 100 gram or something like that. That's a made up number, by the way. Then you utilize that much protein. So, and what's a benefit in this? Why I don't do macro plans, guys. Whenever I do diets for clients, I do meal plans only. Meal plans, like, hey, here's your options. You can have this, this, or this. If somebody says I don't want to eat this fish or that, it's like, okay, here's the next best option, but it's not going to be the best results. So this is why I do meal plans, because I'm like, hey, we're going to do all these high phosphorus meats. This white fish, that fish, that fish, that fish. Well, you don't want it. Well, here's the next best. Here's have this pork, have this. So that is why I do meal plans, and that's why like Kevin was on his diet. Not that you have high phosphorus, he had carbs with actual nutrients, not processed carbs, and they had lots of vegetables. If you guys seen the videos I did recently, talking fast is a big fucking topic, guys. Sorry. Grains and meats create an acid load on the body. Proven in studies, the more salt you have, grains and meat, it creates a bigger acid load. When you have a bigger acid load, it causes muscle loss. Not only does it cause muscle loss, but it creates acidosis in the body. Metabolic acidosis, well proven. This creates dehydration, muscle loss, and a whole host of side effects. The only way to offset acidosis is having in a shit ton, an almost equal amount of vegetables to do meats and grains. Potato also counts as a vegetable, by the way, so you can make up for it that way. The only thing that offsets acidosis is bicarbonate and a certain amount of alkaline minerals like potassium and magnesium. So yeah, Kevin Levrone had it right, because he ate a shit ton. You see his plate, it's half green beans. So he had, and the other thing more, the better your SARM pH is, which again is well proven. Every single study, Google it, is to be altered in what am I saying? Sorry guys, I'm reading and I'm losing my track of my mind. Those vegetables offset acidosis, and it's proven in studies the more vegetables you eat, the higher SARM pH goes. Well, not higher, but to a normal level, and the more grains and salt, etc., puts you in an acidosis state, and that's proven to increase muscle growth. All right, here's what I was going to say. There's a really neat study. So they had people cut on very high protein, low vegetables, and they had people cut on very little protein, very high vegetables. The people cutting on the very high vegetables and very low protein kept twice as much muscle mass as those in high protein and low vegetables. That's how important alkalinity is into keeping muscle and to gaining muscle. Sorry guys, went on a huge rant there, if you want to call it a rant, I don't know. Jesus, what do you think are the most important vitamins to supplement for the majority of people to improve health? No, you mentioned K1 in the past and B1. All of them. You know what I hate when people talk about, oh, this food's a superfood and this vitamin's a super vitamin or whatever like that. Every single food, I could write you a book on every single food, all of its immense benefits, and sell you on it, and you'd be rushing out to buy that food right now. Write all the benefits on kiwi, improving sleep, as an enzyme in it, which if you eat enough, it can double the protein you utilize via your food. I could sell you on any food right now, backed by science, and prove every food is a superfood. And what these people do with superfoods is like, oh, look at the benefits of dragon fruit. It does this, and this. It's like, congratulations. There's other fruits or vegetables that do the exact same thing and have twice as much benefit in these areas, but not in this area and this and that. Same with vitamins. Vitamins are called vitamins for a reason. They are vital. You need every single one of them in adequate amounts for proper muscle growth, health, and anything and everything in general. Do not focus on one. I think the better question, kind of maybe what you're asking, is which ones are the most depleted in what you might be eating, and that is individual. Put your diet into chronometer.com, download the app, and it'll show you all the ones you're lacking, and then get all of those. What about the arsenic brown rice? So every food has a little bit of dangers here and there, okay? All of them do. Brown, I'm not suggesting eat brown rice. I'm just saying Kevin Levrone ate it and it has nutrients in it. I much prefer root vegetables to get your nutrients. It's way more than brown rice. So like purple sweet potato, the white purple sweet potato in general, squashes, all the root vegetables, okay? Those are much better. Maybe hire someone to start organizing all of these topics with all of the corresponding studies, client results, and then charge a subscription fee for people to gain access to your database. I've thought about doing stuff similar to that, like people have offered to write the book for me and stuff like this, right? As I mentioned on an earlier point, I have this really, really good, I wouldn't even say really good, if you're reading studies 10 hours a day, you're going to go through all the studies. Like, you're eventually going to go through them all. So my issue is that, like you said, I have to give them the studies for maybe them to write something off what I said. For me to go and find all those studies, that's why I hate when people ask me for studies. Like, dude, like I have 10,000 bookmarks and pages open on my phone. It's funny, I recorded this to show people before, like screen record it, when you have tabs open on your phone. And it took me about 6 minutes of going super, super fast, scrolling on my phone through my bookmarks, like, and you just seen the screen going like you couldn't even read anything. I literally probably have 5 to 10,000 pages. I don't know how my phone's working. 5 to 10,000 tabs open of stuff I haven't even saved yet of studies. So for me to find all of it, and sometimes when I search keywords, you don't find the study, right? Sometimes it takes me half an hour to find a goddamn study that I read before. So it's like, I feel like I've spent so much time finding the studies. And that's even when I post studies or videos, it's like, I don't want to find the study. I'm going to waste half an hour sitting here, wasting my time for a study I already read. And that's why a lot of times I'd be like, look, man, here's the keyword, just Google it. It might take you an hour, but you'll find it. Like, just go look for it. Like, it's such a big time sink for me. I hate it. And then even saving the studies, I just save them as the title, and the title sometimes don't match the keywords. It is such a big hassle. Tried Deca only for 4 months because of Taeian had no sides. Can't believe I ever used tests. Yeah, that's what most people say. I should screenshot that and post stuff like that more often. I noticed kiwi at night helps my sleep. Any reason to this? Sorry. See, again, I read so much shit and sometimes I forget stuff. I think kiwi had melatonin in it directly. A few foods do. Tomato does. Kiwi does. Lettuce does. So much stuff I read, I can't remember. So it had melatonin, and then it affected something else. I'd have to read the study, but that's an easy one you can find. Literally Google sleep, or in sleep, insomnia, and kiwi, and you'll find the study like instantly. My literal ass is hurting from sitting here right now. I don't know how I used to do these lives for longer, but we're already at an hour and 6 minutes. Jesus Christ. Arshard, hello, and then follows right away with mother effer. I said hello. Hold on, guys. Oops. Do you support Palestine or Israel? That's a topic I really want to answer. Absolutely. I really want to answer that on live. Well, I wouldn't even okay. It wouldn't matter if I answer this because I know my diehard fans, no matter what, they wouldn't give a shit, right? So it wouldn't even piss anybody off. And I feel like in this area of stuff, I'm not going to piss anybody off. But to actually answer, so I'm actually going to answer that. No comment. All I know is that I think Palestine bombed terrorist group something Israel, and now Israel is going full force attacking them. I don't even know. I literally have no clue about it either. I've like just fully stayed out of it. And I know some people, they'll look at people and be like, oh, staying out of a topic is just as bad because one side is right and one side is wrong. But I've fully stayed out of it. I don't want to say I'm into conspiracy theories. I don't like study that stuff at all. And I know a lot of them have merit and stuff like that, but I literally don't study any of them. Whether it's a certain group of people, high up elites running the world, and the wars are fake and about control, and things with immigrants taking over countries and repopulating this and that, all that shit. I don't know. I just stay out of all of it because the reality of it is, if there's elites controlling the world, I'm sorry, but like the 99% of the people, nobody's gonna stand up. There's like, maybe a small subgroup of people who would stand up and maybe help prevent this or this or that. It's kind of like what's gonna happen is, I don't even like talking about this shit, man. What am I talking about? It's kind of like what's going to happen is going to happen anyways. And the only thing I can focus on is making a life for myself. And even who knows what's going to happen. Like say electric cars take over and they can control us fully and this and that. I don't even want to get into any of these fucking topics. All I can do is continue with my life and focusing on and making it and taking care of family. And I don't know, man. I kind of just zone out to all that stuff. And if the world gets taken over by whatever elites and we're controlled with vaccines and 5G and whatever, all that crap, and I don't fucking know. Maybe people will rise up and prevent it. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this shit. I shouldn't even say anything. Anyways, what's the best way to train for maximum muscular hypertrophy? Man, that's a big ass topic. I'm gonna answer that in 1 second. Is it possible to induce muscle hyperplasia by training infrequently every 7 to 10 days as opposed to twice weekly? So I've talked about this a bit before, and to create new myonuclei, you need to damage a muscle that it took 5 days to recover, okay? Those studies, more and more studies are proving frequency doesn't matter, and it's more so just a swelling by working out more often. So yes, you want to work out less frequently, and hyperplasia does happen from training kind of in general, and just your shell splitting in general. We upload the live on channel, yes, correct. Will my HGH help my quad heal faster? Yes, but steroids help, HGH helps, TB BBC, all that stuff does help. It just depends on what you want to use and what size. Yes, I've answered this just a bit ago. Amazing gains, amazing fullness. I don't suggest it to anybody because myself and almost everybody that I know that used it had a severe libido loss for upwards of a year afterwards. Very, very nasty side effect. Okay, what is the best way to train for maximal hypertrophy? Oh, I don't even want to answer this because it's such a massive topic. Where will you do the podcast where you name the steroid? You guys have to go post, as I said in the video, post that everywhere. Post that everywhere. Everybody. All their channels, post it. Say, do podcasts with this guy. Get me on a podcast with some big people, and I'll do it. Oh my God. Yeah, it's 30. Okay. What is the best way to train for muscular hypertrophy? So, one, we want to train semi-infrequent because rest is super important. This is more of a real world. There's not really many studies on this, I think, or at all. 4 days a week, I like. Almost a rest every other day. You need to whole day rest, CNS, just let your whole body recover, okay? Ronnie Coleman trains 6 days a week. Sure, great. Most of the people you'll see in real world data, they cannot do that. I've never met anybody grow like Ronnie Coleman who could do 6 days a week and like 20 sets of body part and like 60 sets a workout. Never seen anybody grow. If you think that's the best way, train that way. Let me know how your gains go. I don't think you're getting anyways. As for volume, with Brad Schoenfeld, that study came out, I've said this before, and some people have recently come with videos saying the same thing. I think the results were kind of falsified, because even Mike Israetel, who co-authored that study, Brad saying, oh, you know, the study outcomes or something like 30 to 45 sets of muscle group, a workout or something, I forget what it was the best for growth. Why does Mike Israetel still suggest somewhere under 10 sets is the best thing for muscle growth? I think something went on there. And every other study shows less volume is better. So why is his show better? And the co-author doesn't even say to do more. So can I answer this? I think every 5 to 7 days and only every 7 days, because you can't fit in 5 days going almost every other day, allowing rest every other day for proper hyper. So hitting 1 to 2 muscle groups a day off, and only 2 of the days together. So a 4-day split within 7 days. Because you need rest. I find just anecdotally that when you have a rest almost every day, you just grow so much better, you recover better. So that answers frequency and split. Now for volume, this is where it's tricky. Lots of studies that show where they compared somewhere between 5 to 10 sets. Long term, 5 sets kind of being the best, not even per muscle group, but per workout. So like chest, down, and triceps, 5 sets total was kind of the best. A lot of studies point towards this. I still don't suggest that low. I like somewhere between 5 to 10 sets per muscle group. More on the lower side-ish, depending on what we're doing. But I've had people respond better to more volume, okay? But overall for growth, somewhere along there. But muscle groups is tricky where you're kind of defining a muscle group. Many people will call back a muscle group. It's not, as we know. They're all very, very different. I break back up into 2 main muscle groups, okay? Which is basically traps, top to bottom, and then lats-ish / upper outside back. Go and Google Dorian Yates back and Ronnie Coleman back. Look at all their backs. Everybody focuses on lat focused movement, right? Oh, you don't need traps. Traps are hit enough. And all those people saying that generally have really ugly looking backs and shit backs. Look at Ronnie Coleman, Dorian Yates, and everybody with a great back. What sticks out the most? The traps. Top to bottom, the lower traps and the middle traps. Top to bottom, this sticks out like a big turtle shell with the lats lesser. That is the most impressive backs. Everybody focusing on doing a lot of lat work, then they have these wide backs when they do the lat spread, and their middle back is just caved in and it looks really stupid and really ugly. So trap work is insanely important, but not shrugs. That's just your upper tracks. Movements that hit the middle and lower traps. So where I'm going with this, so example, the best way to split up these compound movements and the like for backs is, like I said, lats and traps basically, okay? So when you're doing things like a close grip chin up with your hands, palms facing in, that is going to get a lot more of those, because you have the teres and infra muscles, which you need popping out beside your rear delt to give you that thick upper back, right? So yeah, I basically split the back between direct lat work and direct trap-ish work. And I'm not talking about shrugs. So it'd be like the close grip chins, when you do wide grip face rows, like when you're fully bent over, doing a wide grip, dumbbells out, elbows flare, that will hit the middle trap in those teres muscles. And then like reverse flies. Here's the funny thing. You always notice every pro does stuff like reverse flies, but other people, non-pros, they'd be, oh, reverse flies are useless. I just do compound rows and stuff like that. Then every pro with an actual good back, they do reverse flies. Why? Think of it like a chest. The fly is that direct chest work and you get a great chest. Why would you ignore such an important movement for the back? Yet all you want to do is this, and this. And it's like, congratulations, you're doing one movement style for your back and missing out on the very importance of, you know, the back muscle. Sorry, I'm going off topic here. So yeah, 5 to 10 sets a muscle group, and that varies on how you look at it. Now, as for intensity, so here's another thing. High reps used to be called shit before because they didn't match intensities on the studies. But every study now coming out where they do the higher reps, they show more muscle growth and even double muscle growth. So higher reps, just like, you know, what does every bodybuilder do? Higher reps. What do powerlifters do? And they're not as big as bodybuilders. They do lower reps. Higher reps, somewhere between 10 to 25-ish to even 30 reps. You kind of mix it up in pyramid, okay? Now, with failure and intensity, failure is bad. It's well been proven. They did a study where they did high volume, every set to failure, and high volume, every set not to failure. The not to failure group had more muscle growth. Now, they did every set and it was high volume. So, let's take it down a step. They did a study where they did low volume, both groups, one set to failure, okay? So let's say 5 sets of muscle group, both, but one set was to failure. The group doing the low volume, same volume as the other group with no failure, saw better muscle growth. So let's take a step further. They had people do leg extension with one leg to failure, one set not to failure, and it wasn't that high volume. Again, no failure, more muscle growth. So intensity, failure, worst thing, not the worst thing you do, but it's never proven to be better. The only time it's proven to be better every single time is in newbie studies. And the reason it does better in newbie studies is because they don't know how to train. You give a newbie away, okay, go to failure, 10 reps to failure. They just stop. They don't, oh yeah, I can't really lift it. No. If you've ever pushed somebody, ever helped a friend work out, you end up pushing them, they can do 10 more reps, 20 more reps. So if you know how to train, failure is not better. By the way, I think I'm gonna get off here, guys, in a minute. I'm getting kind of hungry. My ass is getting real sore. I can't believe we have 43 viewers. We stayed that way kind of the same time. I really appreciate you guys watching. I might stay, I don't know. I feel like I wanted to save for you guys. Jesus. Was Levrone's training split the perfect split push-pull leg thrust? No, because it was too frequent. But he did do lower volume. Again, I don't suggest low volume, by the way, guys. Low volume isn't the best. Low volume, when I say low volume, I mean lower than what the typical people suggest, okay? So I don't suggest low volume, I don't suggest high volume, but that's relative. You kind of look like C-Bum. I don't see it myself. Not saying he's a bad looking guy. I think he's a great looking guy, but I don't see it. But you know Eric Janik, I think his name is. Look him up on Instagram. I think his name is Eric Janik, okay? People have said I look like him, and when I look at him, I think he has a bit more of a wider, bloated maybe face in mine. But when I seen him, I was like, yeah, okay, I do kind of look like him. I'm not saying it's a bad thing when I'm saying, oh yeah, I kind of look like him, but I'm just saying, yeah, I think I actually kind of do. Is the new SARM cheap? I suggest people to order. Okay, no, sorry, I don't suggest people to order anything. But I order powder. So I don't order powders. If it was me, hypothetically, in like a role-playing setting, I would order powders, which makes everything cheap. But again, I don't order powders or suggest anyone to do it. Nobody should use anything. It's very bad for your health and dangerous. And everybody should just be healthy and normal. How can you bring up chest and arms? So one of the biggest things I found with this is, oh my God. I think I need a new chair. Holy shit. Okay. Chest and arms. So, as I explained with how to properly train, Taeian the man, failure point, yeah. Do the right volume, right intensity. The last thing for these things is exercises within the exercises that you feel the best. Certain exercises I can't connect with, never feel them. I don't see anything from them. I always had a really shit chest. People would be like, hey, you should work your chest when I was young. It's like, I do. Obviously, I do. Then when I went really slow on my exercise and focused mostly on flies, I felt it. I was going really slow. Like, and here's the thing: and a new study came out when you had people focus on a lift and told them to squeeze through the movement, they saw double the muscle growth versus just moving it from A to B, the weight. So what I do with the chest, and I feel if you go slow, it helps you feel it better if you need to connect. So on literally in flies, I did really like weight, like 10 to 15 pounds, maybe 20. And I just, and every inch I'd say in my head as I'm learning it, I'd just be like, squeeze, squeeze. And I'm focusing on squeezing the whole time. I'm just like, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And you're squeezing all the way as you're coming to the top. And you even get to the top on the way down. This is where people just go, right? They drop it. No. As you're going down, don't drop it and you let your chest loose. You squeeze. So focus on squeezing the chest the whole time. You're just squeezing it the whole time as you're going lower. And do that every rep, slow and squeezing. So you do that for your chest, every exercise, and your arms. Same with triceps. I had shit triceps completely flat. And then when I focus on that squeezing, like a kickback or anything, just like squeeze, 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 squeeze the whole time. That proper contraction. Then those muscles went from completely flat to actual growing. And again, it's proven in studies, so that's one of definitely the biggest and best things. So basically, when it comes to training frequency, you'd say that something like push, rest, pull, rest legs, rest, repeat would be ideal, maybe with a direct arm or shoulder day at the end of the weeks. So basically, exactly, yes. I'm in between 3 to 4 day splits, okay? 3-day split, adequate recovery, but when you're doing proper intensity and contractions, I feel you cannot do 3 muscle groups, main muscle groups, and get a proper workout and those not suffer. Because that study shown the muscle group you hit the first sees the better growth. Okay, so example, chest, delt, and triceps. By the time you get to triceps, or if you do delt after, you're kind of spent and you don't get a proper contraction. So this is where I go in between and like a 4-day split the best. And this is the way I suggest my 4-day splits, and I feel it's the best overall bang for your buck. Day 1 example, chest in front and side delt. That's not too much. And your incline presses and your shoulder presses is hitting your upper chest a lot. So you don't have to do that much volume, and you can kind of hit those all intertwined, even front raises. That's a huge upper chest. Many people don't know about this, and people don't do front delt raises because they say you get enough front raise or front delt from your chest. No. Most people have shit front delts. All the pros have massive front delts and it looks really good. Always do that. So it hits your incline really good. And that, so do your chest movements, do your front delts and side delt movements. Bam, not too much. Next day, you would do back and rear delts. Again, not too much work. Your rear delts is being hit so much more in there. Then you'd have your day off again. And then you have legs and arms, or arms and legs, one after another. Because I feel like they're not, arms isn't too intense. So you can hit your legs the next day after. It didn't really drain you. So you can do those 2 back and forth. So arms back and biceps, triceps, and forearms. Another thing most people forget. Who doesn't want massive forearms? Everybody who have massive forearms trains like Lee Priest. You know what I mean? So you do bi triceps, pretty easy day. Not that much. And then you add the forearms in afterwards. And forearms like the superset because, they're not a big muscle group. Then you go into your leg day. Now, is legs, more than 3 muscle groups? Yes. But many people like to think, oh, why wouldn't you give legs separate days when you give your arms separate days? Your legs are not your arms. You don't have a shoulder joint. It is completely different. With arms, there's no compounds that hit your whole arm. Meanwhile, you do every compound, it hits your whole legs. You cannot effectively separate legs without hitting that muscle kind of twice. But when people do compound legs, they don't pick the compounds properly to hit the legs overall. They do squats and deadlifts, which the squats are hitting mostly your hips. And then they do leg press and do quad focus. No. Make your leg compounds to hit the glutes, the hamstrings, and the abductors, everything equally. And so the best way I suggest you do this, so example, lunges. And every pro does lunges. Yeah, every pro with great legs lunges. Yeah, everybody says, oh, they're not a great compound. Don't do lunges. No. It's proven great growth, okay, compared to other compounds. It's one of the best. Anyways, compounds as your main driver. But as you do them, put your leg out far forward and to the side, because when you split your leg off to the side, that brings in more abductor. So, and then lean forward. Don't stand up straight. When you lean forward, it brings in more glute activation and more hamstring activation. So as you're leaning forward and to the side, bam, you're not hitting your whole leg adequately. Then you do the other leg forward. Then you do the other leg back, a reverse lunge, and then the other leg back. And so 1 forward, 1 forward, 1 back, 1 back. That is a compound for your whole leg. So you're not just doing 20 sets of focused quad work. then I'll like something like a wide stance leg press or wide stance squat. Because again, you're getting more glute, more hamstring activation, and you're getting more abductor work. So now all those other muscles in the leg, which are all combined, are getting adequate work and not just pounding your quads for 20 sets. So when somebody turns to the side, they have no ass, no hamstring, and you actually have a balanced ass and hamstring and quad. And then you add in that little bit of extra whatever work if you need it. And then calves. Calves are like forearms. They take no energy. Okay, where we go? What about AM, PM sessions to focus better on different muscles? No, I don't like that because, so sure, biceps and triceps are different. But when you're going and blast your chest, your delts just got a shit ton of work. You're going to go now and do more delt work after they just got hit already. And then again, the chest, the upper chest is involved with the delts. So if you're going to do upper incline, you just hit your front delts. You want to do them together. So my split, I feel like it gets in the best. Could you elaborate on Dbol applications and use? Popular opinion of all the bodybuilding gurus on YouTube is that it has no use in modern bodybuilding. Absolutely not. Those popular opinions are probably from idiot new age gurus that don't know shit. It's not that liver toxic at all. There's studies used on women at 100 milligrams a day and so on. It's not that toxic. Every single pro since the dawn of time has almost started that as their first steroid cycle and has kept it in almost every bulk. Not everyone, but Dorian Yates, every bulk basically used it. Lee Priest used it in his bulks. Like, it's a great steroid. Stupid anybody saying otherwise. Know you hungry, but one day I want to get your opinion on shrooms and health and mental improvements that you've seen. I don't study that stuff. That's one area I don't study too intensively. I don't like mine. Yes, mushrooms and stuff like that had benefits. They do have benefits, right? Stuff like that scares me to anything that's like psychedelic and mind altering. And again, I know they have benefits, but I don't like mind altering things, and I don't want to say they have no use. They have no interest to me, kind of ish. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Again, Jesus, more comments. Ooh, Ken wide behind the neck presses and shrugs widen the clavicles like some old school bodybuilders. So you're not really widening your clavicles. It is about you creating this illusion. So you know how wide your pull-ups, you're like, oh yeah, they make your back wider. And then people came out, oh, they don't really hit your lats that well, so they don't widen your back. Completely bullshit. They do widen your back, but yes, they don't hit your lats as well. The reason it widens your back is because it's hitting those muscles. You ever do wide grip and your armpits are sore? It's because it's hitting the infra and the teres major and minor muscles right at the back of your rear delts. So that's making you wider. You're doing shoulder work, and those muscles, that's what makes you wider looking. It's not your lats. Yeah, because I'm getting real hungry here. Hello, it's me, Nick Walker. Well, Victor Black here. This is my alt account. Love your stuff, Taeian. Always learn something new. I know Victor Black loves my content. He's always learning everything from me. Absolutely. The diets that you prescribed, hair loss, are something the same for other issues such as... The diets I suggest are all the same, and you have to eat all healthy food, but sometimes hair loss also suggests a bit more fats or certain fats or stuff like this. And the same with colitis and stuff like this, that digestive issues were kind of altering and figure out what vegetables might be causing bowel issues, but not worsening colitis, but they have bowel issues, right? Constipation or too fast transit. Should I use HCG and Deca only for some estrogen? If you're not an under aromatizer, if it is very, very rare. If you're not an under aromatizer, no need. And so besides not being an under aromatizer, Deca makes enough estrogen. Make sure your Deca is tested and real. I've never had anybody underproduce estrogen unless you're a rare under aromatizer or the Deca was underdosed, which happens a lot. So I guess I'm quickly getting this out here. Bro, like you're cutting that beard, thanks. I cut it myself, by the way. Sometimes I do a better job and sometimes I don't. I don't know if you can see, because I'm getting a weird effect from the light today. It's like washing out my hair and making my nose really red. I haven't gotten any sun. My nose is red. Yeah, sometimes I do a better job than other times. This time I think I did an okay job fading it. I think no, I could have done a little bit better. But yeah. What am I doing? Oh, I'm so hungry, guys. It's hard for me to say. You guys are here, you know what I mean, appreciating me, showing me support, and I should have ate. Well, actually, I just got off I was ready and I had my shit set up, and I just got off a thing with Dave Palumbo. I did that podcast is going to be released later in the week. It's like, oh, I might as well do a live, and I'm doing this, and Jesus, what? Hold on, guys. Let me check my messages quickly from people on the video I just released. Some idiot left a comment. He's like, bro never watched his own video before posting it. He didn't even name the compound. I literally said in the video that you need to post it. I mean, you post my video to get it. Picked up by another. Okay. Oops. Hold on, guys. That sounds like, hold on. I'm sorry, why am I ignoring you guys? Sorry, I just, just making sure I'm keeping up on this because I want people to post it everywhere so I get the credit for it. Hold on, I'm asking people to share it to get picked up on a podcast before releasing it. So I'm just replying to the IG messages because I want this posted out quickly, right? Okay, comment. Okay, where am I going with this? What am I doing? Okay, one more second. Anybody post here? You're supposed to share the video to get it on a podcast. Okay. Holy. What did I miss? Can you full day of eating? You guys are killing me. You got some big ones, man. When I was fighting, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm starving. Oh my God. What do I do, guys? Come on. How many of you are still at 41? Oh my God. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna try to answer this eating one maybe. Sorry for ditching you guys, okay? I should have ate beforehand. Okay, the eating one, full day of eating. So it depends on the person, okay? This is so individual, this is so hard to answer. So example, somebody who's a hard gainer, I'll use nothing but fatty meats, okay? And a lot. Chicken wings, ribs, ribeye steak and stuff like that. Fatty ground beef, nothing but fatty meats, okay? And I use even half of this for people who are normal gains. I use like half the meats, all fatty meats. Then we choose a carb source that is nutrient dense, like potato, maybe brown rice, sometimes white rice, very rarely now. And then adequate vegetables. And the vegetables I like to match in grams, almost equal to the amount of meat you're eating, as shown in studies. That's basically what you need to offset acidosis. So let's say cabbage. You have 200 grams of meat, you want 200 grams of cabbage or other vegetables or whatever. So the main basis of making a diet, I'm going to give you the shit answer here, okay? Adequate vegetables to the meat and or grains you're eating, okay? Or if you're having potato, that counts as well. It's very important. Every meal, adequate vegetables, it's a game changer. Like I told you, studies proven more muscle growth and you keep more muscle on a cut. Meats, almost every time fattier meats. Because why would you eat plain chicken breast and go and add oil on top of it to get fat? So no. The meats, the fats in the meats are needed. Why are you eating plain ass chicken breast? And then ask for kind of macros. I like high protein, medium high protein, carbs, Again, medium high, and fats medium, basically. So an example, and it depends on the person how much calories they're burning. An average size person might be at 300 grams protein, the carbs 300 to 600. Depends on how much energy you're burning. And the fats might be anywhere from 100 to 200. So that is kind of like the best way to summarize it. Ooh. Okay, guys. Oh my God, favorite vegetables. That's an individual question, totally individual question. If somebody has digestive issues, I almost start everybody off celery and cabbage. They're the ones that I find the least possible issues. So everybody, to see if they have digestive issues, I almost always start them off on there. Okay. Then afterwards, we can kind of eat any and every vegetable, essentially. Bok choy, Swiss chard, broccoli. The main thing to focus on vegetables, I don't use vegetables that are high vitamin A often. So if you want to have some spinach, go ahead, maybe once a day. But do not get the vegetables that are very high vitamin A all throughout every meal. The reason for this, nature made the sun, or nature didn't make the sun. Nature made vegetables, and they made a lot of them high vitamin A. They made the sun, God did, or whoever, I don't know. You got the sun, and the sun gives us, we're meant to get 16 hours a day of vitamin D. Vitamin D and vitamin A kind of counteract each other and balance each other. When somebody has high vitamin A or high vitamin D, you get some nasty ass side effects. When you eat a whole bunch of vegetables with vitamin A and it goes uncontested without adequate vitamin D, which most people don't have, you get vitamin A toxicity. Think Accutane issues. Can't tell you how many people were low vitamin A and they realize all the issues they're experiencing. High vitamin A will cause hair loss, dry skin, dry out the skin, give you rosacea. It makes your sweating go lower, your skin will just be dry, your sebum gland, you have dry skin because you won't be producing adequate sebum. It also jacks up calcium, it causes dehydration and bone loss. And you notice you're always thirsty, you drink and it doesn't quite quench your thirst, you constipated, low appetite, nausea. Those are all the symptoms of vitamin A toxicity, again, because it jacks up calcium, which causes dehydration. And it's very rampant in babies, actually, you notice too, because all the baby foods, many people don't know this, vitamin A toxicity, it's very rampant in babies. So all the baby foods, sweet potatoes, spinach, peas, like all these foods high in vitamin A's, and it's very rampant in babies. People don't realize that, hey, I gotta be careful on the vegetables trees if I'm not a natural human getting 16 hours of sun a day. Get your sun and have moderate vitamin A vegetables. Jesus Christ. Guys, stop. Peck injections with an insulin. Yes, it's proven spot injections do cause spot growth. Recommending sources avoid calcium if we're avoiding dairy. Don't need calcium food. You don't need dairy. This is a very stupid thing. If we're out in the wild, we wouldn't find pregnant cows that are lactating and steal their baby's milk. And then we would have the cows to keep making babies because they have no milk. We wouldn't find it. Dairy isn't natural. It's not something we get nonstop. You can easily make a diet and get insane calcium from foods. You don't need calcium from dairy. The other thing is that the calcium that Americans get is way, way, way too much. All the cultures that don't get dairy, or a lot of dairy, have much lower calcium, has way better osteoporosis rates and all this other crap. Americans eat too much calcium, which causes heart disease, and worsens your bone health because you're overturning. You have a limited amount of times your cells can overturn, including creating new bone cells, okay? You eat a shit ton of calcium, you overturn calcium, then eventually later in life, your body's like, can't keep up with this, I'm running out. Then this is why high calcium intakes is shown to cause bone loss in people who are middle aged. You don't need high calcium. And if you do need top up in calcium, I suggest eggshells. But again, you don't need it. You eat your vegetables, you get enough calcium. Choose your vegetables wisely. Jesus Christ, fatty liver, metabolic. Oh, yes, androgens are proven to help fatty liver disease. It is proven. There's a whole bunch of supplements you can take for it. Let me do a video on that later. I'm literally starving here, guys, and my ass is so sore sitting on this chair. Let me do a video on the fatty later liver. I'm going to start doing a live streaming again. 140 views. I appreciate you guys all watching and giving your support, and hopefully I answered most of you guys' questions in optimal. Yeah, I'm starving. I basically haven't ate today. I appreciate you all watching. I appreciate everybody who subscribes. My Instagram, my TikTok now, YouTube. Appreciate all you guys who subscribe to it, and you guys who subscribe to my website, Tren.com, and subscribe to my forum and support me. Appreciate you guys, sharing my stuff too. And remember, guys, share